This is a social enterprise project that focuses on innovation through creativity. I developed the concept of social innovation and environment conservation initiative. The water natural system is experiencing disequilibrium due to pollution, agriculture, and overpopulation. 93% of our planet's fresh water, but it is frozen in our glaciers. We need to take action. To start the process, I use the golden circle as a strategy to explain the process. I use the Sustainable Development Goals as a way to organize my ideas for the concept. I use environmental, social, short-term, and long-term. And after that, I place all the 17 Sustainable Development Goals in this pattern. I chose to work with individual actions and responsibilities. In that quadrant, I highlighted clean water. I realized if I work with clean water, I was also be able to work with climate action, life on land, life below water, sustainable cities and communities, and renewable energy. As a designer, after defining the concept, I decided to go for the how might we question. So how might we incentivize curiosity in children to make them conscious about good practices with water conservation and wastewater management? I use the human-centered design as a framework for my work, starting from inspiration, ideation, and implementation. The design process is not linear, and it needed to diverge and converge multiple times. This process is also applied in the double diamond. Let's start with inspiration, secondary and primary research. We are dealing with poor quality water due to pollution, agriculture, and popular growth, as I already mentioned in our problem statement. After getting a lot of information for secondary research, I started my primary research phase. In my primary research, I interviewed 8 participants.
I think that water comes from the ocean.
I wrote down all the information that I got from the primary research, and at the end, I did a phenotype session and I got 13 clusters. Here are some top insights. After getting the insights, I started with the design principles. It is proven that gamification increases learning index and incentivize fluent intelligence, that is intelligence that people use for problem solving. While we are playing, we are facing challenge achievement, and we have high doses of dopamine in our body. Based on the gamification concept, I created 9 different solutions, but I just got one winner. I use the system thinking iceberg to describe my concept. So I use events, what just happened. I have patterns or trends, what trends have been over time. Then I have structures, what has been influenced the patterns. And then I have the mental models, what consumption beliefs and values do people hold about the system. I also use the triple bottom line of sustainability, which is people, profit, and planet. For the design approach, I use different rings, the 4 rings of the systems thinking. In the first ring, the participants will have a symptom like stomachache. For patterns that is in the second level, participants discover the cause of the symptom. So for example, I have a stomachache because I have been drinking water from the top. In the ring number 5, for this example, we find that water from the tops are not clean. In the last level, we have mental models, which participants get the cause of the problem. My design concept is having a pop-up game board with the idea of having the iceberg as a reference from the shape of the game. As I already mentioned, the game will have 4 rings. In each ring, I'm gonna place some different steps. In some sections, participants will find people, profit, and planet. Those icons are related to some cards. In the cards, people are gonna find 2 different buckets. The first one, it's in the game activities, and the other one, it's tips. For the implementation, due to time and geographic variables, this solution has to be tested, keeping in mind that it may change from culture to culture through existing parameters of social behavior.